Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome to the football season finale here in the Wisconsin State Whitetails Dynasty. We are sitting here at 4-6, so you could just see offensively it just hasn't been the greatest year. But that's okay, because that's what a rebuild is all about. You have to start somewhere. We at least have won 4 games, which is actually pretty good. This is the episode to submit your recruit. Now, how we will do this is that I will have a basketball or a football player you can submit. So make sure to basically designate which series you want to go to, either football or basketball, and then submit your player profile. I will have both templates in the description also. So here we go. The last 2 games of the season, and so far you can just look at the scores. You know, we've had a lot of close games, and then we've had a lot of blowouts, to be honest with you. Our best win coming against FIU, winning 28-10, where Evan Coleman 27-44 touchdowns. I think that was kind of a bright spot for the future, because I really saw what he can do, and that was the first game that I really thought that, hey, this guy might be the starter next year as well, going into his junior year. I think he will be. So looking at our team, you know, one thing we have not been able to do is run the ball particularly well, but we've been able to pass the ball in certain spots, and I think, you know, moving around just in time, getting open, he's been a bright spot. Nobody has scored over 3 touchdowns through the air. Unfortunately, Thomas James has been hurt for the last 4 games, so he is pretty much done for the year. He will not play at all. Tristan Wynn's had 3 sacks. Jermaine Caraway's had 3. Augustine Pierre-Dudeau has 4 sacks. And Pat Bembry, coming from the nickel position, has 3 sacks as well. And a lot of other guys have played pretty well. And I'm looking forward to, you know, seeing the progression in the offseason. Now, we do have some interesting tools now in NCAA 14. So training in the offseason is going to be different. Players can actually go down. I'm going to highlight that in the offseason, obviously. But I want to look around the NCAA and at least the high school recruits and look at some of our subscriber prospects that did not make our board but could be elsewhere. Justin Cook Jr. has committed to Ohio. Now, you can just see the recruiting tool is a lot different, because the number 2 back in the country went down 15 points, and he's actually ranked number 22, which gives you kind of a idea of where he's at. Latavius Bennett is another guy. He's going to Toledo, and depending on what conference we go to, I just put the poll up on the community tab, we could be playing against some of these guys as soon as next year. And then the last guy here, Josiah Martin, going to FIU, is a 4-star cornerback. Now, this year will not only be these 5 prospects, but next year I will literally flood the board with all you guys. So make sure you get your prospect in, and we will see what happens. And honestly, what I'll probably do is that I will allow you to be a football and a basketball recruit, and that's if the spots allow it. But obviously, I'm going to prioritize everybody getting in at least once. So here we are playing Marshall, the first pass of the game. Evan Coleman misses a wide open receiver, bringing it to a 2nd and 10. This one's a design rollout, kind of the same pass concept, and it's a wide open JT Shelley. So Shelley has been our return the entire year, and he's really been showing up on film, really flashing. And I think that he's a guy that really can do some things in the future of this program. Here's Evan Coleman, though, scrambling for a first down. That time it's a gain of 11. So he picks it up with his legs that time. And now here we go. Just about in field goal range, Jeremy Hasty does get the rock. Now at about the 18-yard line, 3rd and 7. Pressure coming right up the middle. He finds DeQuani Jordan, but only picks up a gain of 3. So that will end that drive right there, but a 3-point drive put together by the Whitetails. Marshall now on the field running this option. They pitch it over to Sullivan, and Sullivan's got a whole lot of space. He gets to the 10, throws a stiff arm. It's a gain of 24. Awesome run right there for his first carry of the evening. And now that brings it to a 2nd and goal now. Davis running the option. He keeps it himself. It's going to be a touchdown. Marshall strikes first, and it is they actually strike in the end zone first, I should say. 7-3 game here for Marshall. They come into this game with a top 10 ranked defense in the country. So Marshall riding that defense this season as they are 6-2. Evan Coleman scrambles to the left side for a gain of 7. Across the 50 now, the pressure's right there. On every single play, they get pressure to us. But it's JT Shelley who breaks a couple of tackles and gets hit hard out of bounds. But it's going to be another first down here for the Whitetails. So running Keyshawn Evans in motion this time. Coleman pitches out to Evans. Evans tries to make a man miss. He had about one man to beat right there. Only a gain of 2. Bringing it to a 3rd and 8 as the first quarter winds down. Quick throw. It's Evans again. He gets to about the 15 for a gain of 10 and a first down. So now here is Coleman at the 15. Throw into the sideline and a toe tap catch by Daquani Jordan. And he keeps both feet in bounds right there. His 3rd catch of the evening. JoJo Boom checks in at running back. Here's a throw to the right side. It's going to be picked off by Okori. What an athletic play right there. We thought we had room to make this grab, but an awesome defensive play. Look at where Okori came from. He came from pretty much the safety position. He was playing off coverage on that one and made the athletic dive. We do get the ball back after a fumble, though, and here is Coleman. This time, he's not going to throw it. He's going to run it in for the touchdown, 8 yards out. And now it is a 10-7 lead here for Wisconsin State. And Evan Coleman can run, and I think these last 2 games are kind of more of a tryout for everybody on the team. But I think Evan Coleman, I'm going to stick with him at quarterback going into next season. Unless there's a recruit that comes in and just absolutely blows our socks off as Demetrius Clayton gets lit up in the backfield. That's a loss of 2. 3rd and 5. Davis in the pocket, throws to the right side. He's going to find Jordan Holtz for a gain of 22. Marshall is 6-2 for a reason. They are a very complete team as Davis is in the pocket, throwing to left side. He's got his tight end Carroll who gets inside the 2. For a gain of 10, it's now a 1st and goal. So now in the shotgun, handing it off this time. Clayton will get in for the touchdown, and Marshall will take the lead here in the 2nd quarter. As now they are starting to roll now, 14-10. Evan Coleman's got an answer back here, running his running back in motion. Jeremy Hasty, he throws across the middle. Daquani Jordan has it for a gain of 5. Now, one thing I've loved about this offense is that we have spread it around. The only thing is that we haven't had a guy we can truly go to. Justin Time has been that guy for most of the games, but who else? Coleman now rolling to the right side. It's a gain of 6, and that will be a first down. We do have a scrambling quarterback in J.J. Applewoods, but you can just see, Applewoods hasn't been playing because Coleman has been playing extremely well, especially with throwing the football. That brings it to a 3rd and 10 after that long throw that time incomplete. Coleman buying time, and he lobs this one across the middle, and he's got Benjamin Duke wide open into about the 28-yard line, and that's a first down. Great throw by Coleman. 5 minutes to go here in the 2nd. Here's Coleman now under pressure, throwing to the right side, and that is Floyd E. Luther on the catch. He's in, and this kind of shows the importance of recruiting wide receivers because there's no reason our defensive backs should be in here. Coleman now under pressure. He's just going to throw this one out of the back of the end zone. Incomplete. 9 of 19. The pressure has been there all day, but Coleman's been actually making some nice throws. 3rd and 10 now. Pressure again. Nobody's open. He tries to get out of the pocket, and he gets rid of this one out of bounds. 4th and 10. We will have to settle for 3 points. So here is Marshall now with about 3 minutes to go. Davis lobs it to the right side, and this one is caught by Ryan Bentley, beating Han Chi and Floyd E. Luther in coverage. And it's a first down. Now they're across the 50 It's Davis again, throwing once again to the left side. It's Clayton who beats Jaquez Thompson, and that's going to be a gain of 30. Our defense has not been able to stop their offense at all pretty much this first half, as now they're into field goal range, coming out in 5 wide. A quick throw, this time to Adams, and he picks up about 10 yards. They don't give him the first down, though. Dallas Adams for a gain of 9, 3rd and inches, as they come out here in the pistol formation. Handoff, this time Clayton runs over a defender, and he gets into the end zone. It's a touchdown, a gain of 7 yards. And now here we are down by 8 here with 2 minutes to go. Coleman, play action fake, throws to the right side. He's got JT Shelley for about a gain of 8, but they are going to call clipping on this one. So this one will come back as we come back to the 29-yard line, a 2nd and 18. Coleman in the pocket, throws, and this is time for his first catch of the evening, actually. Brings it to a 3rd and 8. Clock is still continuing to run here. We have all 3 timeouts. So does Marshall. But they get to the quarterback, and it's a loss of 11 yards. A loss of 11 yards. As Marshall just continues to put on the gas. And here we go into the second half. We're down by multiple scores here as we skip ahead here in the third quarter. Just trying to get something going. And Marshall just all of a sudden turns it up. Coleman in the pocket. Look at the pressure. We throw across the middle, and it's intercepted. Looking for just in time that time. And that's our 3rd turnover of the game so far. The 2nd pick of the game. Evan Coleman throws. And Marshall just all of a sudden just like something clicks, and they're like, why are we even competing with this team? We are a 2-loss team, and this is a close game to a 4-6 team. But here we go. We're still fighting. Keyshawn Evans gets the catch across the middle. I really do like Keyshawn Evans as a number 5. When A.J. Finnegan gets into the game, though, he definitely starts dropping passes. So I definitely want to look for a back end of the depth chart receiver, a couple of them actually, that can hold on to the football. Finnegan's in the slot right now. Here's Coleman throwing deep, one-on-one for Tay Evans, and he goes up, but he can't hold on over a Corey who already has that interception today. 3rd and 8 now. Coleman in the pocket, throws across the middle. That was into traffic, and Coleman is down. He is hurt on this play, bringing in J.J. Applewoods, and Applewoods rolls to the right side, tries to throw, and he just overthrows Finnegan by a long shot. It was a legal man downfield anyway, and Marshall ends up beating us down in this one. I don't even want to show the rest of the game. It was like absolutely embarrassing. And Marshall ends up getting the win today. Demetrius Clayton had 4 touchdowns. He ran the ball 32 times. Only got 115 yards, though. I mean, it wasn't like dominant, but it was a lot of running the football by Marshall. Kind of boring to watch, to be honest with you. Coleman, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And then Applewoods came in and threw an interception as well. JT Shelley actually went over 100 yards, though. So pretty encouraging from some of these receivers that we're seeing everybody really have big games. We've seen big games from Tay Evans, from Daquani Jordan, Thomas James also. And now we see JT Shelley coming along. So at least we have something to build off of. Not everybody's going to be a superstar, but it's good to have role players who step up in these games. But obviously we got blown out, so it really didn't matter. 13-55. And now we go into the last game of the season versus Tennessee, and we decided to actually spectate this one just to see what they would do, without our control. Doug Copeland is their star. He is going to be a first-round draft pick. He is one of the best quarterbacks in the country. So we will see what he does today. Tennessee comes into this game ranked number 17 at 7-3, and Copeland starts it out in the second quarter with a touchdown pass. Here is Coleman, though, opening this game. He already threw an interception so far, but he is struggling to find his receivers, especially in this weather. But there is a bright spot here in this game. Augustin Pierre-Dudot ends up having a really, really good game. A couple of tackles for loss. Even this sack right here. Look at him shedding a couple of blocks. And that's actually Michael Joshua who gets to the quarterback. Or actually Dylan Robles who gets to the quarterback. But Augustin Pierre-Dudot is like causing a lot of problems. And that's something we can definitely build off of. because having a big guy like that in the middle can definitely like free up some of our pass rushers, and hopefully, our defense can really step it up next year as we head into a conference. Here at the end of the second quarter, here we try to get a pass across the middle to get the first down, but that is not going to work. So now we hop into the second half. We're actually only down by 7 at half, but then something clicks for Tennessee. There is Ben Kent out of the backfield. He gets a touchdown pass from Copeland. Now later in the fourth quarter, Copeland runs it in here from 10 yards out, making it 24-0, and they're still not done. Here later in the fourth, again, Copeland from the shotgun. He's going to look across the middle, and he's going to find Bryson Britt for a touchdown. And with that pass, Copeland actually breaks the school record for passing yards over Peyton Manning. So he's had quite the career in Tennessee, and he ends up passing it versus the Whitetails. That never feels good. Now 31-0, and here's another touchdown for insurance, I guess. Ben Kent with under a minute left gets in, and he makes it 38-0 to end our season. I mean, Doug Copeland did what Doug Copeland's supposed to do, and Tennessee really isn't a good football team. That team is definitely built around Copeland, and that's how this season comes to an end. So here we go with the basketball squad, and we haven't checked in with them in a while, it seems like, and we're probably going to have the next 2 or 3 episodes just strictly basketball as we get through the season. And so far, we are 3-8 on the year. We are a decent team, but I think we're just figuring it out. Now, I need to figure out the bright court issue. I apologize ahead of time, and I'm not sure why that's happening. I think I'm just going to go in there and change everybody's courts because I do have the ability to do that to just a darker wood so it's not as bright. But here we play Duke, and they have one of the best scorers in the country, and we will look at him a little later. But looking at our team, you can just see we're not like a team that has a superstar and everybody else kind of follows behind him. Everybody's kind of pitching in. Everybody's kind of doing their own thing here. But we are going up against Gabriel Toscano, who's averaging 28 points per game and 7 rebounds and 5 assists. I mean, he is definitely a front runner for player of the year, but this Duke squad is only 5-8 at this point. So we will see if we can maybe get a little upset today as we go up against Duke on the road. And here we go. Let's get this game underway. Toscano is actually I believe he's on the wing. He doesn't have the ball right now, but here they drive to the basket, and this one will be off. Rebound by Tyrone Jones. Here we go the other way. Elias Duloc with the ball. He's averaging double-digit scoring, but we haven't seen that when controlling the team. Here's a pass inside to Jones right under the basket, and he had an easy one, and he cannot get that one to go. Here is King Watson for 3. That one's off, but Jones on the board. He can't get it to go again. But Tyrone Jones with a couple of nice rebounds early on. Here we are running the break, still looking for our first points of the game. Here's King Watson, fade away, but Jones on the boards again. Passes it out again. Let's work it inside. Here is Janko Moon under the hoop, tries a pump fake. Good over move, and that one will be off. But Jones on the boards again, and that's 4 rebounds in the first couple of possessions. And finally, we get a shooting foul on McCall. Like I said, I think the goal this year is really to look for who's going to be our star, but it doesn't look like we're really going to have one, and just get used to the game and really compete from there. Is now we get the steal, or Duke gets the steal as they run up the court here. Here's an alley-oop pass. A 360 alley-oop. I did not see that one coming. As Duke has the early lead, 7-6 here. Here is David Cutler for 3. And remember, a couple episodes ago, we actually moved Cutler to the starting lineup to be our starting point guard, and I want to see if that actually works out. Here's a pass inside to Manny Pablo, and the freshman off the bench who really made a name for himself in the first couple of basketball episodes. He gets that layup to go. He is a lanky forward, and he is a freshman, so we will have him for 4 years, at least to develop him into something that could be more of a point forward. Here's a pass over to Christian Love. That one's off, but Dante Pepper's on the boards, and he gets it to go. He does have the badge put back boss, so we want to keep that in mind when sometimes we have the Twin Towers in the lineup. And here's a three right away from Duke, and now it's a 13-11 game to end the first quarter. Here's Joshua getting one up, but that one will be a buzzer beater, but it looks like he had his hand still on the ball when the clock expired. So that will end the first quarter there, 13-11. Here is Cutler, though, getting to the basket here, and he gets the and one. He has the badge Giant Slayer, so anytime that a big man is on him, we're probably either going to take him to the rack or take a shot nonetheless, maybe a three or something. Here in transition, here's a pass up to King Watson. Christian Love in the game. Good find by him. As now it's 18-16 now. Here's a three by Toscano, and he hits it. And he's averaging 28 points a game for a reason. Now 19-18. King Watson now with possession. He is going to get to the basket and an up and under layup. And he is a lefty, so it's going to look a lot prettier when he goes to the basket. We have the 1 point lead at that point. Now 23-20. Here's Manny Pablo in transition. He has an open three. He takes it, but Elias Duloc gets his board and puts it up. And now we're down by one here with about 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Here's a pass inside to Wilkins, and he gets the dunk. I believe Wilkins is actually their highest rated guy on the team. And you can just see he already had that 360 alley-oop earlier. That one is an acrobatic shot there. And now Duke is up by three. Let's see what they do here. Pick and roll over to a wide open man at the three-point line. Not sure who number 14 is, but he is really good at playmaking so far. Tyrone Jones under the basket. Nice pump fake to get his man up in the air. He's got 4 points and 5 rebounds so far. And now with under a minute to go, Duke has the 4-point lead. Wilkins again. They keep working it inside to Wilkins, and it's working. They have the 6-point lead. And now 20 seconds to go. Here's Janko Moon with the rock. Here's Tyrone Jones driving, and he does draw the foul on Wilkins. Tyrone Jones has been our go-to so far in the first half. He's got 4 points. Not a lot, but going to the free throw line. He's hit all of his free throws so far. 6 points, 5 rebounds. Here's the last second three by Duke, and they get that to go now. With 2 seconds to go, they have the 7-point lead. Joshua tries to get another buzzer beater off. This one's out of his hands, but he can't get it to go. So a 7-point deficit here going into halftime for our basketball squad. 35-28. We'll see if we can turn that around in the second half. So 35-31 here in the third quarter as we try to continue this kind of close game with Duke. But here's Toscano driving, and it's a wild layup that ends up going in. King Watson gets called for the foul. Wow, what an acrobatic layup right there. 38-31 now. They get the steal up to Toscano, finds his man number 41. And that one will be another bucket here for Duke. Another missed shot here by the Whitetails. Duke goes the other way, and it's their point guard. Back to Toscano for the three. He hits that one now, 43-31. And now here is Watson just trying to get us back into this game. We do end up going on a little bit of a run here, 43-37. But here is Toscano again. He is on fire now. And it seems like he can't miss. It's now an 8-point game. But here's King Watson bringing us back in it. A nice drive in traffic. He gets that one to go, 45-39. Here is Duke now. Here's Tristan Wynn playing some defense, but lets his man get past him. A wild left-handed layup. But then we try to get the rebound and pass it up to our point guard. And Duke's defender is sitting right there. Manny Yarbrough had enough on that. Maverick Yarbrough had enough on that one as he actually goes to the bench right away and brings in Manny Pablo. And now we're down by 5 here. About a minute to go here in the third quarter. Here's Tristan Wynn. Pass up to Pablo, and Pablo gets it to go. Now it's a 3-point game here. A missed shot by Duke. This one's tipped around. A board by Tristan Wynn. Jarvis Joshua looks like he's going to try to go coast to coast with the body and does get the shot to go. So the Whitetails come back in this one. It's now a 1-point game. But here's a pass inside. It's Blackwell who has it under the hoop. It's a and one. So they convert the 3-point play. Now it's a 4-point lead here for Duke. And now here they are, under 15 seconds to go. 4-point lead. They try to make it a 7-point lead with a couple of 3 attempts here. Both of them are off. Here's the board by Jones. We pass it up the court. Elias Duloc steps back. He's going to take the 3 here, and that one will be off. We always get the last second shot before the end of the quarter. We go into the fourth now. We're going to fast forward under 2.5 minutes to go. Here's a tough drive by Duke, but look at off of the ball. Toscano actually is holding his elbow. I'm not sure what he did there, but he may have bumped elbows with the Whitetails defender. And now Toscano is going to have to come out of the game. A 60-58 game. The Whitetails now have the 2-point lead. So here is Elias Duloc looking for a good shot here as he has a mismatch. He had an open shot maybe. Here is King Watson, though, with the 3, and that one's off. But we do get the offensive board, so we do get to reset here. And now with 6 seconds to go, we get it over to Watson. Watson gets to the paint. He has a decent layup, but in traffic, he can't get it to go. 1.5 minutes to go now, 60-60. Here's Cutler. Nice shot off of the glass right there, 62-60. The Whitetails have the 2-point lead. They're going to lean on Blackwell here, handling the basketball. Oh, nice behind the back moving floater, and they get it to go. It's now 62 all. 1 minute to go. Here's a pass inside. They find the open man, and Watson does rotate over, but a little too late. He gets called for his 3rd personal. They will go to the free throw line, and Duke hits the first, and they will hit both. And now 64-62. Cutler looking to be the man here down the stretch. We drive to the basket, and that one will be off. Wilkins was on him, but could not get the foul at all. But Wilkins on the other end, right under the basket, has the easy dunk. And now it is 66-62, 17 seconds to go. Watson gets to the basket with an easy dunk. He's got 12. And now we have to foul here. They get it into their point guard. Cutler does have to intentionally foul Blackwell. As now they hit the first free throw, and the second one will be off. So Tyrone Jones on the rebound. He's got 14 and 12, passing up the court. This is King Watson. He just pulls up from 3, and he hits it. With 7.4 seconds left, King Watson ties it up. What a shot by Watson. He just waits for the defender, doesn't hesitate, and, man, just knocks it down. And now it is 67-67. Duke will get the last shot here. Blackwell has it. He's been their go-to all day. 2 seconds to go. He just chucks up a 3, and that one is off. And this one is going to overtime. So now in overtime, we'll see what our defense and our offense can do. Here's Jarvis Joshua starting out with a steal up to Elias Duloc, who draws the foul and gets the call. And one layup there for Elias Duloc. He is turned up right there, 69-67. He looks to go to the free throw line and make it a 3-point play, and he will hit the free throw, 70-67. Duke on the other end, inbound pass right under the hoop was Wilkins. He was wide open. I thought we were supposed to switch on that one. And now it is a 1-point game now. Here is Blackwell again. He has been their go-to with Toscano out. He takes a jump shot from the logo, and that's good. 71-70. And now Duke has the 1-point lead. Jarvis Joshua gets the pick now. Tries to get to the basket. They're going to call a defensive 3-second violation. So we go to the free throw line with Tyrone Jones, and he hits his 15th point of the game. He has not missed from the free throw line. So 71 all. Here's Jarvis Joshua with an open 3. That one is in and out. And now here's Blackwell looking up the court. In transition, they find Nichols, and Janko Moon gets called for the foul. And they convert the 3-point play now, 74-71. Here is David Cutler with a great look right there. A great play design, and he just cannot hit that shot. And now with 30 seconds to go, it looks like both of these players have a mismatch. They pass it inside to McCall. McCall over to Wilkins. He's been doing this all game long. 76-71 at that point. And now down by 5, trying to come back in this one here inside to Cutler. He misses the shot, and that will do it. We were staying in this game for quite a bit, but in the end, Duke's team basketball definitely showed up. Wilkins had a great game. Toscano was hitting shots in the first half before his injury, and our basketball team ends up losing. Our football season is over, but we're definitely going to be following the basketball squad a little closer now as we get into the nitty-gritty of this season. King Watson had 15 points, so did Tyrone Jones, 15 and 13. I think that was an encouraging sign and maybe a sign of things to come. I think we're still kind of finding our identity, so that's going to be the thing going forward here for the rest of this season. Elias Duloc, I still want to get him going because I have not been able to hit threes with him, and he is a three-point marksman, so that's definitely something I want to do. Toscano was only out 1 to 2 weeks. He was actually 95 overall, so he was probably the highest overall guy. And we are 3-9, but that ends the football season, and now we hop into the basketball season. Maybe eventually I'll add baseball to this series. I guess we'll have to see. I'm not exactly sure if I want to do that. But we are 3-9, and now we really focus on the basketball squad and wrap up the football season. We will go over the stats probably maybe next episode or the episode after that in football. But then most of these episodes now going forward in season 1 are just going to be strictly basketball. So hit subscribe, hit that like button. Hope you guys enjoyed this longer episode. So stay tuned. Make sure you guys get your submissions in. Let's get it. Let's go.
I like getting money, I got time to get it. Target on me, so my car's a tinted. Dancing with the devil, I don't bargain with it. Bobbing in the dash, and the stick is with it. And I hit the 4-5 on the west side. But I'm from the east side, this how we slide. This how we ride, yeah, this how we ride.